People are staying home. So I'm really pleased to have my next guest with me because he is, believe it or not, a Christian filmmaker. There are Christian filmmakers out there. His name is David Rosler. Hey, David, welcome to the Andrea Kaye Show.
Hi, thanks for having me on, Andrea. Boy, you're hitting all the points just right, aren't you?
Well, I'm trying. Thank you so much. Actually, this has been something I've talked about quite a bit, on my show over the years, and conservatives have across the country. I'm excited that you have a new movie coming out. It's called Orbiter the movie, and it's you say it's a live action 3D stereoscopic Christian themed science fiction movie. Who knew that you could have a science fiction movie that was faith based and Christian focused?
Well, let me make a few minor corrections there to begin with.
Okay.
It's not coming out. We're still trying to raise completion funding for the film,
right.
And that's why things like the, which I'm sure we'll discuss, the Twitter censorship is so critical for us as well as for so many other people. And it's called Orbiter. That's the title is simply Orbiter.
Okay.
The website is orbitermovie.com, but the movie is called Orbiter. And I don't see why you can't have a 3D stereoscopic Christian science fiction movie when there is so much scientific foreknowledge to be found in the Bible itself. So why not?
Well, excuse me for interrupting. Well, I would tell you that the reason why not, if you listen to the left, is that, the quote, the party of science, the same people that want to tell us that, your sexuality is fixed at birth, but your gender isn't, the same people that want to tell us it's her body, her choice, when it's a completely separate human being with separate DNA.
Right.
They want to tell you that science doesn't support Christianity and the Bible, when in fact it does.
Well, let's flip it around. The Bible supports a lot of known science, and the whole idea of scientific foreknowledge in the Bible lays waste to all secular arguments against the Bible having any validity. There are so many examples. I could go on and on. I found one myself, so I'm a little proud of it.
Okay.
In the Bible, God excoriates a woman for being, we can't use the word on the air, so we'll use a streetwalker. Basically says you have, you live your life however you want, then when you're in trouble, you come back to me, you have no shame, you have the forehead of a WHORE. And what's really interesting is that, it occurred to me, why the specificity of the forehead? Why? So I looked up brain area to function maps, which are the last 10, 15 years, and where is a person's character? Where is a person's decision-making to be found? It is in an extreme thin layer at the very front of the frontal lobe, the forehead. Andrea, we have so much time, but I could go on and on for hours citing example after example just like that. Science with, brain to function mapping, which has only become known now, a reference to that same area when it comes to character and decision making, written 3,500 years ago. Wow. Now that's when you add these up, one after another, it becomes so incredibly compelling that you can't possibly regard the Bible as anything but a genuine document.
Absolutely. And I'm going to have you back so you can give more examples and talk more about your projects. Yeah. You're experiencing, I guess, something like John Voight and his producer experiencing. They were trying to do crowdfunding and raise money for their movie about Roe v. Wade, because there's never been an accurate movie about the legalities and how bad that was. And they were shut down by Facebook as well as Twitter. And you've experienced that as well, haven't you?
Well, I was thrown off Facebook for posting a piece of art that had the Orbiter logo on it and said, "From the cast and crew of Orbiter, we wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas." Hadn't been on Facebook for 16 hours, posted that, boom, thrown off for breaking terms of service. I'm not being censored on Twitter myself. Orbiter is being censored. I can go on and post, and I'm getting, I've just been going to town making some remarks, 30, 40, 50 likes, a dozen retweets on each, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You post Orbiter, you see nothing.
Wow.
And I mean zero. Other people who are associated with the project, same thing. They make various posts, they get seen, they post Orbiter, nothing. There's been an absolute blackout. They hate Christians in Twitter. I assume that your audience is familiar with Project Veritas and their expose of Twitter.
Yes.
Right, and they went undercover and they found these people saying there were hundreds of people. And I think it actually goes, I think that there's a bigger deal against Orbiter even than that, which a conclusion we just came to.
Now, why is it, do you think, what is it about, what do they know about Orbiter, or what is it that they're seeing? Because I know that with what Project Veritas did is they exposed the methods in which they're looking for certain hashtags and certain words. What is it about Orbiter? I mean, you know, there's been other faith-based movies. What is it about yours you think that's got Twitter so, why they're trying to block your promotion of it?
Well, it's obvious that Twitter is interested not in being a neutral social media platform, but in being extremely progressive social engineering by influencing the nation by allowing what words get out and what do not, which words do not, pardon me. And we've made it clear that Orbiter is about reaching the younger generations.
Oh.
That's it.
That's what the fight is all about. You know, the left took over our media and our education system in order to indoctrinate the youth. And anybody who's a threat to that power base, you know, they're gonna try to shut it down. So yeah, it's because you're going after the younger generation. We've only got a couple. Well, in the time that we've got left, I want to mention one of the things that I like so much about your story and what you're all about is, and we hope that you end up getting your funding for your movie, because one of the things that I read is that your plan is you've got other projects that you want to get produced, and that what you'd like to do is kind of set up a studio operation, and I think it's in Tennessee, and then when you're not actually in production for your own projects, that you're going to pick other Christian movie makers and filmmakers and producers that they could actually then use your sound, your systems, your production facilities to make their own movies. It's kind of like a Christian Project Greenlight, and I love that because
I'll add one thing. We're going to let them use it for free.
Wow.
For free.
Wow.
I've been saying it over and over publicly so people can excoriate me if it doesn't become a fact. We're going to let them use it for free. The staff, the crew, the facilities for free. Somebody has to do it. And, you know, here's the thing. Our financials, let's see if I can get my teeth in here. My financials, that's a joke. I've got my own teeth. Are such that we can afford to do it because I have been accepted by at least one very big theater chain as the distributor.
Nice.
So what we can do, we get rid of the confiscatory middleman distributor. The money goes to us. Fireproof made $30 million. War Room and so many others made around $60. That's an awful lot of money to be generous with.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to do. We're going to be generous with it. We're going to, you know, and it's a win-win for everybody because
yes.
we've got great actors and technicians, but you know what? Everybody can use more practice. So let them practice on this movie. We'll still be paying them. Let the other people use it, and then when it's time to go back on stage for ourselves, they've got a little bit more, you know, they're slightly better artists.
Well, I love that you're going to do that because I think I read in the information that was sent to me about you and your project that, you know, you're right that there are some other faith-based movies make a lot of money, but the people who've profited from those and done well, they haven't really paid it forward and helped other Christian movie makers. And this is a cultural war. We are at a battle for the hearts and minds and the soul of this country. Yes, we've got President Trump in office now, but we still need a spiritual revolution in this country. How can people participate and help you with fundraising? Get more information.
Okay, well, we feel that our website and our crowdfunders have been hacked. badly. I know I don't have the time to go into it, but the evidence is really conclusive.
Okay.
So what I would say is go to orbitermovie.com, and on the main page, there are ways for you to get involved, to donate. And let me just say that in case anybody is redirecting to a fake web page, you can call and confirm your donation at 615-930-8802, or the East Coast number is 973-957-7774, or you can mail to Orbiter Movie, 2225 Parkway, number 22, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, 37863 2997. Now, those telephone numbers, 615-930.
You know what? That music.
02.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that music tells me I'm up against a break.
Got it.
But I hope everybody wrote those numbers down, and this podcast will be up, and we'll make sure people get those numbers. David, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thanks very much for having me on.
All right. Stay tuned. We got more Andrea Kaye Show coming right back up.